Hey, it's Ghost with Combat Sports Supply. Today we're going over the new G&G TR16 GMS series rifle. So what is the GMS series? Well, it's the Game Master series of rifles by G&G. There are various lengths of these. This is the Mk1 variant. Now to be fair, I'm not honestly sure why they did it this way. This is the Mk1 9-inch. As you can see on the box, there are various other versions of this in different lengths that are all the Mark II variant. I'm not entirely sure why. Let's see what's in the box. Well, you get your usual G&G paperwork. This one does have the Aster programming card, 30-round Airsoft magazine, and the rifle itself, which is a full metal build. There's only two parts on it that I can find that are polymer, and that would be the stock and the pistol grip. As far as the stock goes, it is a very nice stock. It does have QD mounts on both sides for a sling. The access is recessed to your adjustment. It is kind of narrow. We'll go over a little bit of why that might be an issue later. So the grip, while polymer, is surprisingly comfortable, and it does have the expanded trigger well, so you aren't rubbing your finger on that bar. We do have an ambidextrous selector. Next up, we've got the G&G flip sights. They're very nice, and they do have the integral fiber iron sights if you want to have them down. It does have a very nice aluminum M-lock rail system on the front. Now, as far as your sling points, you remember on the stock I said there were two QD sling points, one on each side. Same on the front. If you'd rather run a single point, it does have the dual ambidextrous sling points on the buffer tube. On a bit of a personal note, I mean, I've run G&Gs many times. This feels like their standard high-quality build, very durable, very tough. Doesn't feel like it's going anywhere. Nothing's loose out of the box. As far as the FPS out of this thing, the manufacturer stuff says 330-ish to 350-ish with 2s. I chronoed it with 2 5s, and it was right around 1 joule, which is theoretically where it should be. It has a true quick change spring, which is a new thing from G&G. It actually is accessible from the buffer tube now. You don't have to get the gearbox out. As far as hop-ups in this thing go, it does have one of the nice G&G rotary hops in it, so it's going to perform pretty well just out of the box. It does have the lock on the door to make it easy to access. This is a 30-round mid-cap, or a real steel equivalent. As far as the build of this mag, I have to assume they're leading towards the milsim community because the fake bullets in it look rather realistic, so again, be careful with running around outside with these. If you're not at a match, don't do that. It's a terrible idea. As far as running this mag, go ahead and do it, but it will also fit any standard G&G mag, or many others that will fit in a G&G gun. One of the fancier things about this gun is that G&G was nice enough to include a 25K IFRIT motor in it instead of the standard 18K. What that means for you out there shooting is that it's going to have a really nice rate of fire. Now, I mentioned earlier that the stock was a little narrow and we'd go over it. Well, here we are. The issue is that it's a very nice clean stock, but while it will fit a standard tri-panel battery or a buffer tube battery, it will not fit any of the larger batteries like the Titans. As far as getting into the stock goes, there's a button on top like the Predator series from G&G, and it does swivel open. My fingers are too fat to push the button, so I just use something to do it. Alright, time to go over the last main feature of this thing, and that's the fact that it has a Aster SE Basic in it. So what that means is that this does have a programmable Mosfet in it. For those of you that are new to this and don't know what it is, a Mosfet regulates your power normally. This one is programmable so that you can change the trigger function and how the gun works. This particular version of the Aster is operated by your trigger and selector system on the Airsoft gun. It does have instructions on the back of the card. And then on the front of the card, it has all of the operating modes you can put it in and how to get to them. This allows you to program the gun to be binary, dual sector gear, all of that nonsense is in the settings, including your pre-cocking and active braking. As far as my final thoughts on this, I mean, I've been a fan of G&G stuff for years. This is a super solid addition to their lineup. It is more geared towards like a milsim crowd, but that doesn't mean you can't put high caps or drum mags on this and go out to your local field and wreck people with it.
Don't be a fool!
No, I'm not.